it finally time to admit that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was too good to be true? Like the video and break the subscribe button if you find my videos interesting as I give my opinion. Dragon Ball fans waited 15 years for the next installment in the Budokai Tenkaichi series, which a lot of people grew up on during the PlayStation 2 era of gaming. But Sparking Zero got announced back in December of 2023. It was the second most anticipated game right under GTA 6, which also got an announcement trailer that same week. These were some of the comments under the announcement trailer for Sparking Zero. Fast forward a year later to the actual release of the game in September after 17 years of waiting, and it broke sales records with over 3 million units sold worldwide in the first 24 hours. Making it the fastest selling Dragon Ball console game to date. I mean, this game was the only thing on gamers' minds for an entire month, and the player count for it on console peaked after 2 months to more than 120,000 players concurrently. And for PC players, the game also set a record with 91,000 players concurrently. Now, let's fast forward a couple more months to June 2025, and almost no one is playing Sparking Zero. So ask yourself, where did Bandai go wrong with Sparking Zero? Well, to answer that question, we have to start back at the release of the game, with some people having early access. I feel like YouTubers who got the game early lowered a lot of expectations for the game. At first glance, you would have been amazed, but it only took people a month after playing the game themselves to find out that the game was unfinished with overpowered mechanics, no split-screen maps, and barely any content besides story mode online and custom battles. But what really took the game from a 10 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10 was the lack of customization that was advertised that we had unlimited customizable characters. I have already made 2 videos on missing outfits and Sparking Zero they need to add to bring life back to the game. But instead of Bandai focusing all their attention on the biggest Dragon Ball game they've dropped since Xenoverse 2, they drop a whole nother Dragon Ball game on mobile with custom outfits, the 2 easiest things to implement into Sparking Zero thrown into a mobile game. Wow. It's kinda disappointing to say the least, but I still have hope that this game can still turn it around and not end up like Battlefront 2, which people still play today because that game was one of a kind, but EA fumbled it, just like Bandai's fumbling Sparking Zero right now, with 3 DLC character packs lasting a whole year, 2 of which got delayed. How do you delay something you had months to prepare for? The lack of content in those DLCs should be alarming to any Sparking Zero player, because it's only characters and we have to wait months for them, while other and older Dragon Ball games get them immediately. My biggest issue with Bandai is them giving any type of energy towards Xenoverse 2. This game is 9 years old and still receiving quicker updates than a game that dropped in 2024. So is it time to admit that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was too good to be true? I can answer that with a confident yes. But this can still change if Bandai decides to go all in on Sparking Zero and actually give us the game we've waited 17 years for, and not some graphically stunning game with no content. If you made it this far into the video, comment what you think Bandai should do to revive the game. Other than that, this was my thoughts on the state of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So like the video and subscribe.